You're not. You're out.
Oh, I kicked that.
You need to man up, put me in a bed.
Again.
Yeah.
Just when fans thought they knew everything about Street Outlaws legend Daddy Dave, a recent revelation has left the racing community in shock. Known for tearing up the asphalt in his iconic Chevy Nova, Daddy Dave, real name David Comstock, has long been one of the most feared and respected names in Oklahoma's underground racing scene. But beyond the turbocharged engines and blistering speed lies a man with a layered past, full of unexpected twists, hidden generosity, and a legacy that keeps evolving. The nickname Daddy Dave is now synonymous with street racing fame, but its origin was far from flattering. In the late 1990s, a young Dave began showing up to races around Shawnee, Oklahoma, eager to prove himself. His confidence and relentless drive annoyed some of the older racers, who mockingly called him Daddy, a sarcastic jab at the new kid acting like he knew it all. While Dave initially hated the name, it stuck. When Street Outlaws launched in 2013, producers saw the potential in the nickname and made it part of his on-screen persona. Dave eventually embraced it, turning what was once a joke into a badge of honor, a symbol of resilience and dominance. Long before he became a household name on Discovery Channel, Dave's first love wasn't cars, it was motorcycles. In his early 20s, he raced a Kawasaki Ninja through the winding backroads of Oklahoma, pushing speed limits and taking wild risks. Those fast-paced nights taught him balance, precision, and the adrenaline rush of winning. A near-death encounter with a pickup truck one evening changed everything. Shaken but alive, Dave sold his motorcycle and redirected his passion toward cars. Today, a dusty helmet from those days still sits in the corner of his shop, a silent reminder of the road not taken. While his Chevy Nova, Goliath, is now the stuff of legend, few know that Dave once had dreams of racing a Ford Mustang. In the mid-2000s, he started building a 1989 Mustang LX with a 347-stroker engine and nitrous kit, hoping to shake up the Chevy-dominated racing crowd. The project consumed his time and money, but due to financial pressure and family responsibilities, he was forced to abandon it. The unfinished car was sold and disappeared into private hands. Even now, Dave occasionally browses car forums and Facebook groups to see if it ever resurfaces. For a man who has completed so many builds, that Mustang remains one of his few what-if regrets. Beneath the fierce competitor is a man deeply committed to helping others. In 2017, Dave mentored a young racer named Sarah Thompson, helping her climb the ranks from backstreet races to legit no-prep events. He spent months teaching her about tuning, reaction time, and how to handle pressure at the line. When she couldn't afford parts, Dave lent her spares from his own collection. His influence didn't stop there. In 2020, he helped a group of high school students rebuild a rusted-out Chevelle for a local drag racing event. No media coverage, no sponsorships, just Dave in jeans and a shop rag, teaching the next generation what it means to build and race with heart. What fans see on TV is just one side of Daddy Dave. Away from the cameras, he's a devoted family man and backyard chef. Over the years, he's become a skilled pitmaster, perfecting ribs, brisket, and pulled pork using an old smoker behind his house. His rub recipe, a sweet and spicy blend heavy on brown sugar and paprika, is a hit among friends and crew members. At a No Prep Kings event in 2019, Murder Nova joked that Dave's barbecue might be better than his racing. In 2021, Dave entered a local barbecue competition under a fake name. While he didn't win, his ribs scored high for flavor, and he earned the quiet respect of the local pitmasters. Every so often, he posts photos of smoked meats and brisket cuts on Instagram, showing fans a completely different side of the street racing icon. Like any racer worth his salt, Dave has had his fair share of rivalries. One of his most intense feuds never even made it to television. Back in the early 2000s, he regularly clashed with Tulsa racer Ronnie the Reaper Phelps. Their head-to-heads were legendary in underground circles, full of heated moments, accusations of cheating, and high-stakes side bets. At one point, Ronnie accused Dave of using illegal fuel additives. Though nothing was ever proven, the accusation fired Dave up and fueled a string of victories that eventually cemented his reputation. When Ronnie retired and faded from the scene, the rivalry ended quietly. Yet for many who were there, it remains one of the most unforgettable chapters in local racing lore. Despite his on-screen bravado, Daddy Dave is known in his hometown for quiet acts of kindness. Since 2019, he has organized low-key car meets to raise money for local homeless shelters. These gatherings feature food trucks, raffles, and car exhibitions, simple events that bring the community together. He often donates proceeds to shelters and women's aid programs, inspired by the struggles his own mother faced as a single parent. In 2023, he raised $8,000 for a women's shelter in Oklahoma City. Around the holidays, he supports Toys for Tots, often delivering boxes of toys with his daughters. He never promotes these events heavily, and he's rarely photographed during them. It's just something he does, not for fame, but because it matters. Inside his garage, amid turbochargers and tuning laptops, there's always one constant: coffee. Known for his addiction to strong, black coffee, Dave is never without a mug in hand. His crew teases him by hiding cups around the shop before races, a superstition they've followed since 2016. His favorite brew comes from a small Shawnee roastery, and his old Keurig sees as much action as his wrench set. It may seem like a small detail, but for Dave, coffee fuels the long nights, early mornings, and endless hustle of race life. After more than 2 decades in the game, Daddy Dave's story is more than just a reel of high-octane races and televised drama. It's about grit, humility, and evolution. He's gone from a cocky kid mocked by older racers to one of the most respected names in street racing history. And now, with cryptic social media posts and rumors swirling about a potential new direction in his life, possibly a new car, a new venture, or even retirement, fans are watching closely. Is this the end of the road, or the beginning of an entirely new chapter? One thing is certain: Daddy Dave isn't just a racer. He's a father, a mentor, a quiet philanthropist, and even a backyard pitmaster. And that's what makes him more than just a street outlaw. He's a legend.